Hello, for World Book Day, I'd like to share with you a book called Cosmic by Cottrell-Boyce. I love this book because it's a really good adventure story about a boy that finds himself in a very peculiar place. I'll read you the blurb on the back. Liam Digby wanted to see the world, but not quite like this. He's just an ordinary 12-year-old, a very, very tall ordinary 12-year-old. Some people even think he's a grown-up. This is the incredible story of how Liam told some fibs, won a trip to a theme park, made some new friends, and sort of by accident ended up in space. The story starts with an example with a clip-it from a newspaper report. A rocket launched yesterday from a private site in northern China is missing. Yesterday, the internet was alive with rumours of a secret manned space mission. Today, NASA and the Russian Federal Space Agency both confirmed that a rocket did take off, but denied it was theirs. The rocket entered high orbit and then disappeared into deep space. No manned rocket has left Earth's orbit since Apollo 17 in 1972. Let's find out what happens. The first chapter is called I'm Not Exactly in the Lake District. Mum, Dad, if you're listening, you know I said I was going to South Lakeland Outdoor Activity Centre with the school? To be completely honest, I'm not exactly in the Lake District. To be completely honest, I'm more sort of in space. I'm on this rocket, the Infinite Possibility. I'm about 200,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. I'm all right-ish. I know I've got some explaining to do. This is me doing it. I lied about my age. I sort of gave the impression I was about 30. Obviously, I'm more sort of 13-ish on my next birthday. To be fair, everyone lies about their age. Adults pretend to be younger, teenagers pretend to be older, children wish they were grown-ups, grown-ups wish they were children. It's not like I had to try very hard, is it? Everyone always thinks I'm older than I really am just because I'm tall. In St. Joan of Arc Primary, the teachers seem to think that height and age were the same thing. If you were tall and you made a mistake, even if it was only your first day, you should know better, a big lad like you. Why? Why, by the way? Why should a big lad know better just because he's big? King Kong's a big lad. Would he know the way to the toilet block on his first day at school when no one had told him? No, I don't think he would. Anyway, a few hours back, the Infinite Possibility was supposed to complete a routine manoeuvre, and basically, it didn't. It rolled out of orbit, wrecking all the communication equipment, and now I'm very lost in space. I've brought this mobile phone with me because it's got pictures of home in it. It's also got an audio diary function. That's what I'm talking into now. Talking makes me feel less lonely. Unless you get this message, you won't know about any of this because this is a secret mission. They said that if it goes wrong, they're going to deny all knowledge of it and us. There's 5 of us on board. The others are all asleep. Can you believe that, by the way? We're in a rocket spinning hopelessly out of control and into forever, and what is their chosen course of action? A nap! When we got the manoeuvre just slightly wrong, just slightly enough to make us completely doomed, they all screamed for about an hour, and then they dozed off. I can't sleep. I can't get comfortable in a sleeping bag because they're always too small for me. Plus, I think if I stay awake, I might have an idea and save us all. That's why I'm recording this on my Drax phone. If I do get home, I'm going to give it to you, and then you'll understand how I ended up in deep space when I said I was going pond dipping in the Lake District. If you're listening to this, though, and you're not my mum and dad, you're probably a pointy-headed, 90-legged, sucker-footed alien, in which case, can I just say Hello, I come in peace. And if you happen to have the technology, please can you post this phone to Mr. and Mrs. Digby, 23 Glenham Close, Bootle, Liverpool, England, the Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, etc., etc., if it's not too much trouble. Chapter 2 is called Completely Doomed. The slightly worrying thing is that I'm sort of enjoying this, being doomed. It's not bad, it's not good, but being weightless is outstanding. Every time I lean forward, I do a perfect somersault. When I stretch my arms in the air, I levitate. Back on Earth, my only special skills are being above average in maths and height. Up here, I've got so many skills, I'm practically a Power Ranger. Then there's the stars. On Earth, our house is right next to the new Strand shopping centre. The multi-storey blots out most of the sky. The only stars I ever really noticed were the ones on the It's Your Solar System glow-in-the-dark mobile I got when I was 9. And the only reason I noticed them was that they kept getting tangled in my hair. Mobiles do not make good presents for persons of above average height. The stars look different from here. There's a lot more of them, for one thing. Big swirls and knots and clouds of them. So bright they hurt to look at. When you're in space, space looks like the biggest firework display ever. Except it's on pause. It looks like freeze-frame fireworks. Even if you're completely doomed, you've got to be impressed. The only bad thing about the view is that it doesn't include Earth. We haven't seen it since we rolled out of orbit. I said to the others, well, it must be somewhere. We're probably just facing the wrong way. We'll find it, definitely. But that didn't seem to calm them down. One of them, Samson too, drew me a diagram to prove that even if we were facing the wrong way, we should still be able to see it. I said, so what are you saying? That we've fallen into some magic wormhole and come out on the other side of the universe? Possibly. That the whole Earth just vanished? That's it, gone? Possibly. They all screamed until they wore themselves out, and then they went to sleep. At least sleep uses less oxygen. I have tried to imagine that there's someone on the other end of this phone, someone unusually quiet. I've also tried to make actual phone calls. I sort of thought the signal might be better up here being nearer to the satellites. But it doesn't seem to work like that. I hope that you've enjoyed this and that you go on to read the rest of this book to find out what happens to Liam. It's fantastic. Enjoy World Book Day. Bye.